All right, so yesterday we had a liquidation break, right? So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, seemingly, we just started dropping and dropping and dropping, and there was non-stop selling. Nobody wanted to buy. We broke all the levels, like they weren't even there. Volatility was creeping up, and then eventually we found buyers here at the 2026 open, and right in between that weekly and the monthly pivot, and then we ended up back a value area low from the previous session. So it's like this drop never really happened, but then, you know, after the bell was actually, we ended up here right at resistance. Then there was earnings, and then we closed. The settlement was up here, and then overnight we came back again to the lower distribution, right? So we have these two distributions very clearly defined. But now we've traded through this area so many times, right? So yesterday, 1, 2, 3 times. Now overnight, how many times did we trade through this? 1, 2, 3. So right now we're holding below it, but it doesn't seem like this is a strong area of either support or resistance right now, just because we keep trading through it. We do see that there's low volume, so like every time we go through there, it seems like we go pretty fast and we don't trade much volume through there. So we want to keep watching how this develops and see if this turns into this big giant distribution, or we just keep going back and forth between the upper and the lower distribution, right? So because yesterday was such a big range, I just want to wait, because we're opening right in the middle of this, and I want to wait to see how traders react at the open, to see if we just see a straight buying, or if we just come back into the settlement, or like I want to see where we end up on the initial, you know, the first hour of trading, and then from there make a decision and see, okay, well, if we just stay below this area, I know that that this is going to keep acting as resistance, and then eventually if it breaks, then I can target this area. Or if we just straight buy and then start bidding, and then end up here in the upper distribution, then I have a range to work with. But right now, I know that this is going to be a little bit of traders. You have traders looking at this in many ways, right? Some are thinking more bearish because we are below in this distribution. Some are looking to buy the
Order
bounce
filled.
to keep, you know, with that bounce. Anyway, my point is that I want to wait until after the open and see what happens, and see how the order flow is at the beginning of the day. We know that this is a big magnet, the 69.45, so that's a trade that I'm looking I'm willing to take if I see that eventually we are either failed to move higher, and then start seeing a reversal. Then, you know, as long as we're below 70, I'm gonna be looking to short into the 69.45, or if we're here at this area, this low volume area, 69.25, I'm gonna be looking for long setups to, again, back to the 69.45. Now, for me to get really bearish, I want to see a clear break below this area, the 69.45, like with strong sellers, volatility increasing, bearish order flow, tick strikes on the sell side. You know, like I want to see everything lining up for more downside. But right now, with such a strong V reversal, I'm a little wary of playing a breakout until I see strong order flow. On the upper side, usually when you have a day that you open inside a range, it's a high probability trade to go back to the settlement. So keep that in mind. If we start getting trading above 75-ish, I think that along towards the 92.75, it's a high probability trade. And then above that, this area has a lot of volume, so this could be a two-sided trade. And then this is also a magnet, that 5-day point of control at 70.10. And then we do have again that 7,000 strike on SPX. So that's likely to be resistance, and I'm looking for opportunities to short a failure to hold above this high. If we break above it and I see that we start failing or momentum starts fading, then I'll be willing to take a short back into that 70.10 area. What else? I think that's it for that. It's Friday, so if we do make a new high today or a new low today, I'm going to be looking for a reversal back to one of those high volume notes. Okay, silver has been nuts, crazy range, 26-point range, back below 100. Remember yesterday I said that if eventually the sellers decide to sell, that this was going to become the magnet right here at 93.5. We didn't quite get there, but I think that we could get there sometime soon. The same thing I said for gold, that we were going to go back to the 51.20. We got back there and way more. We got below 5,000, tested. Now we're bouncing, probably gonna go back to the 51.20. But this silver and gold, the volatility is extremely high, so be very, very careful trading those. Crude held that resistance, came back to the 64 area, and now it's putting some volume in here between 64 and 66.40. So keep an eye on this range, with the support being 64. If we do 64, then we're likely going to come back into the 61, but right now it seems pretty strong. So if we break above this area, like I said yesterday, this is the next resistance area, 69.20. Alright, that's it for today. Have a great weekend, and good luck trading.